ddwaliro bakola shift empanvu, shift ya saawa 36 bala kuva kati otandika kati saawa 12 36 ekitegeeza n'enkya kosenkya saawa weziti olina okubeera ng'okyaliko nga tetowumudde. Emirimu gye bakola egy'enkizo ng'okulongoosa, okujjanja abantu mu emergency, bano abantu abataaga obuddukirwa obw'amangu n'ebirala tegisobola kukolebwa muntu nga student, nga ennongoosereza eno bwe yali egamba nti ba student batandika bw'Abannayuganda mu katyabaga n'ensi yaffe, ebyobulamu by'ensi yaffe. So ekyokubiri kye tugamba mu 2021 omukulembeze w'eggwanga His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni yalaba engeri ba intern okusomoozebwa kwe bayitamu n'engeri gye bali nti tebalina wala wa kufuna zibabeezaawo n'ezibaliisa ne rent n'ebirala byatusinziirako, n'asalawo n'awandiika n'agamba nti omusawo wa intern bayongeze ssente afune miliyoni 2.5. Kyokka ekyewuunyisa ate ekyennaku ezo ssente abaazifunako bokka baali ba mwaka gwa 2021 ne bazisala ne ziddayo ku kakadde kamu, ate kati baagala kuziggyirawo ddala. Ekyokusatu kye tusaba, twagala facilitation oba ensaka eno eweebwe buli mwezi. Enkola ebadde nga ensaka eno bagiwa mu myezi 3, naye nga bayintaani bano bafuna okusoomoozebwa. Emyezi 3 we giggwerayo, abamu babadde batwalanga amabanja. Fumi ekibiina ky'abayintaani kyakola okunoonyereza recently ne kizuula nti bayintaani 88.3 okubeerawo kwabwe kubeerawo ku mabanja mu bamanirenda ab'enjawulo okusobola okufuna ku ssente ezibabeezaawo okulya, okukola renti n'ebintu ebirala ebya bulijjo, obulamu bwa bulijjo. Ngera zino interest oba amagoba g'essente zino gagendera ddala mpaka ku bitundu 3 buli 100. Kati ne kiwayiza abayintaani abasinga okubanga beewola amabanja amalala okusasula amabanja ge balina mu cycle mu nkola eyo etaggwa, ne balandiroodi baabwe okubatiisatiisanga okubajja mu mayumba gaabwe. Enkola eyo tugamba si kituufu. Omuntu abanga asazeewo okuweereza bannayuganda ku ddwaliro ng'ataddeyo omutima gwe gwonna, gavumenti nayo emuyambe okubeerawo okwebeezaawo. Ekyokuna tugamba nti twagala buli pre-intern oba buli agenda mu intern nga yeewandiisa ne UMDPC omwezi oguwedde abeere deployed oba deployment kitatya aweebwe ekifo, kubanga owekenneenya ebyobulamu by'eggwanga lyaffe, abasawo amalwaliro ennamba y'abasawo rates ziri ku bitundu 3 ku buli 100. Kati ekyo kitegeeza nti bayintaani bano we batabeera mu malwaliro ate jjukira be bakola emirimu gya bitundu 7 ku buli 100 mu ddwaliro ezo. Kati we batabeerawo kigenda kukosa nnyo ebyobulamu by'eggwanga lyaffe lino, era tugamba nti buli intern saawa eno alinze internship bamudeploying. So mu bufunze bye tusaba ebintu biri bina, enteekateeka ya neeti eggibwewo, baddeyo bagyekenneenye bulungi, ate bakomyewo enteekateeka nga bamaze okwebuza ku bitongole ebikwatako, ng'ate enteekateeka ekisinga obukulu erambika bulungi omusawo wa intern ensako ye. Ekyokubiri buli intern yenna buli pre-intern wagenda mu intern wano eyewandiisa mwezi oguwedde bamuyimbule agende ku ddwaliro mu mwezi ogujja. Ekyokuna tusaba enkola ya president waffe ekomewo, naye kati twagala kugirongosaamu kubanga ebintu byeyongedde mu ggwanga na biki na biki. Muzeeyi yali yatugamba batuwe ebitundu 5 ku buli 100 eby'abasawo ba gavumenti bye bafuna obukadde bwali 2.5. Kati ffe tugamba twagala ebitundu 7.5 ku buli 100. Kireeta obukadde nga 4. Ate zino sente si nnyingi kubanga olaba mu mawanga gaffe agatwetoolodde nga Kenya, Omunnakenya afuna obukadde 5. Kati ffe tugamba obukadde 4 kibi kiri awo. We are not asking for too much. Si kyamaanyi nnyo. So twagala ensasula y'aba intern ebeere ya buli mwezi. Kino kikulu nnyo ate nga bagisasula mu budde. Era twagala kuggyawo embeera eyo ey'aba intern gye babadde bayitamu ey'okunyigirizibwa. So ndowooza.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is UMATv Florence, doctor, and I am part of the current interns that are concluding their internship this August 2026, and I serve in the Federation of Uganda Medical Interns as the chairperson, welfare, and standing here today, I also represent the FUMI president, who is the president of the Federation of Uganda Medical Interns. We are here to stand with the pre-interns, who are the incoming group that is supposed to be deployed starting August 2026. It's quite unfortunate that the government of Uganda, together with the Ministry of Health, that we have over time, every time we have a new cohort of interns coming in, there are new challenges posed at us, and in so doing, we always have to be back and forth with the ministry and the government. And the recent introduction of the policy that has been brought out to us poses a big challenge to the interns first, and also to the medical fraternity at large. It's quite unfortunate that the people who are spearheading the policy themselves are doctors, themselves are medical personnel. They have been through this rigorous training, and they know how hard it is and how tiring it can be to be in these facilities without being facilitated. And the fact that previously the president of Uganda had suggested that the interns receive a 50% of the professional fee of a doctor or a pharmacist or a nurse, and then with only one cohort that received that money, which was 2.5, you see that the subsequent groups got less than that, which is 1 million shillings, and the ministry came up with an explanation that the resources and the money and the budget were not sufficient to keep up with what the president had suggested. But now it comes on a very sad note that even the 1 million shilling that was put, that the interns be facilitated as they are in these various internship sites, has also become a problem. And we see that the policy now talks about the intern working without this facilitation. And as the Federation of Uganda Medical Interns, we stand strongly against this. We have rejected the policy. I think the various offices at MOH, that is Ministry of Health, have received our letters addressing this issue as it is, and we still say we cannot accept it because it will be subjecting the interns to what we call slavery. And in so doing, we see that it will also pose a challenge to the healthcare of the Ugandans in this country, because if you go back to the hospitals and trace who is doing most of the service delivery in these units, you will most certainly find an intern on every unit and at every time. And given the fact that the current interns who I am part of, we have only 10 days remaining to the finish of this internship. We have received communication from the Minister of Health, and during the various parliamentary sessions that have been sat, we have seen him promising that there will be a revision of this policy, which we have not seen, and we do not want to believe or think that they are buying time so that they try to deploy the next cohort of interns with the policy in play, and they make them work without pay. So that is why this press conference comes in handy, that we address this issue, that we raise our voice, so that we can have the amendments and the communication that has been promised us come forward before the interns are deployed in the next 10 days. This is a matter of urgency, because if it is ignored, we are standing firm on the decision that we are rejecting the policy, and we shall advise that no pre-intern or not deployed intern come August 2026 reports to the sites that they have been put, because this is a matter that is not only affecting the interns themselves, but also the people, the Ugandans, that they are putting at risk of being worked on by hungry nurses, hungry pharmacists, hungry doctors, hungry dental surgeons, and we shall not allow this. Therefore, we call upon the stakeholders, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Public Service, the Ministry of Education, the government of Uganda at large, so that we can have a tentative response about the issue at hand, and so that when the interns are deployed in August, we are certain of the direction that we are taking. Thank you.
I concur with all what my colleagues have said. However, I want to emphasize one point. The policy also stated that only government-sponsored students should be given some part of allowance. And this suggestion is shambolic, it is very segregative, and therefore we call upon government not to take such a stand, because these interns are exposed to the same conditions, they are having the same working hours. So segregating them to that extent will further aggravate the various challenges that we have had. Thank you.
Phobic to have the president address us, or perhaps give us an audience. If indeed there was such a possibility, we would have embraced it, because we know that the policy came direct from him, that directive, and we have not received any other that is calling out that. So our appeal is not only restricted to the ministries. It's the head of state, the fountain of honor, and we are aware, and we know that he's watching us and listening to us today. Please, Your Excellency, your directive has been ignored. We don't know under what basis. We call upon his directive once again to have it implemented. But if necessary, if he can give us also an audience, we are very ready to meet any stakeholder that is going to help us in this struggle. Thank you so much.
Mufunze kyabadde agamba kiri nti ffe tuli beetegefu okukolagana ne gavumenti yaffe okuteeseganya, actually yenjogera entuufu, tuli beetegefu okuteeseganya ne gavumenti. Actually mu myezi egiwedde tubadde tubawandikiranga, tuwandikidde recently nga tuyita mu Uganda Medical Association, twawandikira president a letter gitwawandika through the office of the vice president, office ya speaker, maybe later tujja gifula open tugisharinge letter yatuuka naye okuddizibwamu like reply. Tuwandikiddeko letter eri CDF, tuwandikidde abantu bangi ba minister naye nga we tuwandiika ebintu ebyo tetufunanga kuddibwamu n'olw'ensonga eyo ekyo tusooke tukyesonyiwe naye tuwandiise just not tewali office zetawandiikidde naye ffe tunoonya ensonga yaffe ewulizibwe kubanga ensonga eno by the way nkulu nnyo eri ffe n'eggwanga na buli omu nammwe mwenna abali awo ebakwatako mugendagenda ku ddwaliro osange nga intern ogenda kunsanga ng'ono yakuliwo oba ono okitegeera. So nsonga nkulu nnyo, it's a matter of national importance. What they do, we make it a little bit light-hearted naye ensonga nkulu nnyo, so tusaba bekikwatako bannange ffe ogwaffe tugukoze twekubidde omulanga naye mutunule mu nsonga zaffe. Ekibuuzo ekirala about the issue of that, like we said, we are ready to discuss because even coming to this figure, the interns by then had their demand, and then they sat with the president from 7.5, then they agreed, they find a sweet spot. So we are ready to negotiate with the government, but the problem is they are just not responding to us. You understand what I'm saying? If they think something, if they say we don't have money, it's okay. Let them come. They tell us we can't afford this. Let's at least maybe make it as the president did it. And it was also not fair for them not to implement the presidential directive in 2021. It painted a very bad image, but that's all I can say about it. They can always come and give us their position, and then we'll liaise, because this is a matter of national importance, as I can say. We are all stakeholders in this. We can find a way forward. How best can we navigate this, other than just not responding at all? Yes.
And our next course of action, in case you have not heard as you're saying, we shall again come here and we shall pronounce ourselves on the next way forward.
We shall call you people and we tell you now, this is what we have decided.
We hope they are listening
and
our
next
hope for the
course
best.
of action. Yes.
We're not honored, we shall come here and declare the next step forward. Thank you.
Maybe it is in our interest and the government's interest to see that the interns are paid, because they contribute a great service to the population. So we call upon government to carry on our demands such that we can make policies that are up to date, that are evidence-based, that can cater for the ever-growing needs of medical service in our country. To answer that question, first of all, we are very lucky that as a country, we are blessed with very many specialists in various sectors. So we call upon government to meet these stakeholders such that they can be able to guide government and come up with the policies that can try to fill in that gap. And as our speakers have stated, that our associations have done so many activities in that regard. But it starts with having that consultative meeting together with the specialists, because they have some of these good suggestions for the government.
Yes, for now, as the associations of the interns, much that we can do is advocacy to make sure that the government plus the ministry grants us the resources that we need and all that the various interns at the different centers need to help them in day-to-day lives. But as you will well come to know, the interns who are in urban areas and the interns who are in those far to reach areas like Gulu, Arua, or anywhere else, it is all about the intern. how they sleep, how they eat, it's all about them. And even recently, when the government was giving the 1 million shilling, still you'd find that the 1 million shilling is given to the intern who is in a site which has accommodation, and a site which does not have accommodation. So wherever that you are, it is up to you, the intern. Which is why when someone asked that why are we now, instead of the directive of 2.5, why are we demanding 75%? It is because the country is changing, the taxes are increasing, new taxes have been incorporated into the system, and you see that if the money does not increase, someone somewhere is suffering with these increased rates of living. So it's all about the individual. Yeah.
No more questions?